What's up, guys? It's Wally. Today we're going to be doing some battles with the jungle theme team. So now that we're getting to the tail end of Regulation E, I know things are getting a little bit stale, especially from a team building perspective. So I thought it'd be cool to inject a little bit of fun into it and build another theme team. So this one, obviously, as I said, has that jungle theme. So all things that you kind of find in the jungle. And I know there's a little bit of stretch on some of these, but just bear with me. So obviously we got Rillaboom and Annihilape, two animals that you really kind of find in the jungle. Volcarona, a bug that you'd probably find there as well. I mean, look at that thing. We got Orthworm. Worms kind of, live in the soil and everything. Soil's found in the jungle. Close enough. Florges is kind of like a flower. Obviously those are found there too. And Sudowoodo, despite the fact that it's not a real tree, it really wants to be one. So we're putting it on this team too. So despite the fact that this isn't a normal 2-2-2 team, it kind of is a 2-2-2 team here a little bit, because we do have three pairs here that I think work really well together. And we got Rillaboom, we got Florges. And the main thing with this is the fact that Rillaboom goes out there, sets the grassy terrain, and thus ends up consuming the grassy seed, which gives it a +1 to the defense. Florges is out there as well. It has the ability Symbiosis, which ends up sharing its item with its ally if the ally doesn't have an item held. So therefore, once Rillaboom ends up losing the grassy seed, it won't have an item, and then Florges, if out there, ends up passing its Assault Vest to Rillaboom. So Rillaboom ends up getting the +1 to its defense with the grassy seed, and then what is essentially a +1 to its special defense with the Assault Vest. So that's really nice because Rillaboom's going to be pretty bulky, and since you do have, obviously, priority with the Grassy Glide, a really strong move with Wood Hammer, and another great ground move with the high horsepower, it's going to do some really good damage to a lot of things. And Florges is still out there to be able to be a little bit of a healer with the Pollen Puff, does some pretty good damage with the Dazzling Gleam, and then that Petal Dance is going to do some pretty good damage too, because Rillaboom is going to set the grassy terrain, so you get the boosted damage from that. And then of course it does have Charm as well, which is really nice because if you do go against like a physical attacker or something, obviously Rillaboom has the +1 with the grassy seed, but you can lower their attack by 2 stages with that charm if you really want to too. The next pair would be Sudowoodo and Orthworm. I think the really good thing here is the fact that Orthworm does have Earth Eater, which means that if Sudowoodo decides to go with the Earthquake, you can end up healing up Orthworm, as well as doing a lot of damage with that move to your opponents. And it's nice too because it has the Choice Band, which means it's going to hit 50% harder than it normally would. And then with Rockhead, if you end up going with Head Smash, Double Edge, or Wood Hammer, moves that typically have recoil damage, you're not going to take that recoil damage because of the ability. So you're going to save yourself that damage that you take from that, and you'll be doing a lot of damage to your opponents. So I think that's a really good pair that's out there as well. And then Orthworm, if you end up going with like a Sudowoodo, Orthworm, Florges, Rillaboom combo, you can always go with like an Iron Defense or 2 if you really think you can get it with Orthworm. Go with the Shed Tail and end up passing that to Rillaboom, which will get an additional +1 with the Grassy Seed, and you're going to be really bulked out from a physical perspective. Other than that, though, Orthworm can end up going with the Iron Defenses, and then, of course, use the Body Press, which is a really great move, especially for Orthworm, which has a really great defense stat. And then the last pair is Annihilape and Volcarona. Now, obviously, you typically want to go with something like Mousehold and Annihilape, obviously, for the bulk up. With the beat up, as well as the follow me. However, I really couldn't stretch the mice on this team. So we got Volcarona, which is not necessarily better, but just a little bit different. The good thing about it is it does have the Rage Powder, which I know isn't as good as Follow Me. However, you do have the Rocky Helmet, which is going to affect Pokemon that are going to make contact with you, as well as Flame Body, which has the ability to burn a Pokemon that makes contact with you as well. So that'll be really good, obviously, against physical attackers, because you'll end up having their attack stat and attack power. So that's really nice. So that's a really great support mon to have out there. Plus, you do have Fiery Dance, which has the possibility of raising your special attack by 1 stage, and then Struggle Bug, which does lower the special attack of both your opponents if it ends up hitting them. And then, of course, it does have Terra Blast if we want to end up terrestrializing into water. That might be good too if you want to end up resisting a couple things if you go with like the Rage Powder or something like that. But even if you just want to go with the Terra Blast and the Water Terra, that's a really good option out there for you as well, especially since we don't have any other water moves on this team. And then with Annihilape, we do have a pretty standard set here, but it's nice with Volcarona too because obviously you can go with the Rage Powder. That way Annihilape can get a bulk up And that way you can raise your attack and defense by 1 stage before you're able to attack. And hopefully you won't be able to take any damage because of the redirect from the Rage Powder. And then after that, you can obviously go for the Drain Punch, the Rage Fist, both of which are stab moves, and really good ones at that. And if you end up getting that bulk up, you're going to be, obviously +1 attack or +2 if you end up going for 2 of them. And you're going to be dealing a lot of damage with both the Drain Punch and the Rage Fist. And it does have a Fire Terror, which is nice because it ends up resisting things like the Fairy type, and it ends up making things like Flying type into neutral. So it's a good Terror to have there, and obviously it won't be able to get burnt if you Terrestrialize into Fire as well. So again, not your typical 2-2-2 here, but one that I think could actually be a lot of fun. So I'm excited to do some battles with this team because I love my theme team. So we'll get into the battles, but before we do, as always, if you guys are new here, just tap and chat, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like too. But let's get into the battles. Well, it's been a little while since I've seen a Rotom Heat, and it's nice to see an Iron Valiant as well. So this is one where I think we might actually be able to start with Rillaboom and Florges and try to get that the symbiosis going there. Yeah, I think we may have to end up Terrestrializing, but it depends on who they end up starting with. But either way, we can end up starting with those two. And then in the back, let's end up bringing... yeah, let's end up bringing Volcarona. Let's go Volcarona. Let's go Annihilape too. I like that. Yeah, good. I would go with like Sudowoodo and Orthworm. But I will say the one problem with that is, as much as I would love to click Earthquake, especially against a couple of those mons, I know it would be a little difficult with Rotom out there, because I know that they end up, I know that they end up having Levitate, so we're not going to be able to hit it with that, despite the fact that it would be super effective against it. Beautiful. Let's take that AV, and we're +1 in our defense. So let's Terra. Let's go with the Fake Out. I'm actually going to go with the Dazzling Gleam to start. Yeah, I really don't want to take an Overheat or a Heat Wave or anything like that from them right now. So we're going to be able to get the Fake Out over on hand, so they won't be able to fake us out. And then, of course, and also so they can't go for a Heavy Slam on us either. And then we're also going to obviously get this Dazzling Gleam. We'll bring them down to probably about, like... There we go. Let's go. We'll bring them down to about... Yeah, I was going to say about 2/3. Not bad. That's actually a really good turn right there. Here's what we're going to end up doing. Because they're probably going to go for a Heavy Slam, I would imagine. So what we're going to end up doing is... I'm going to go for a high horsepower over there, and I'm going to bring in Volcarona. Main reason behind that is because if they go for the Heavy Slam, we're going to be able to do a little damage with the Rocky Helmet, and then I think we're going to be able to knock out with the high horsepower. I would go with the Wood Hammer, because I think that would definitely KO, but I really don't want to take any recoil damage right now. Yeah, recoil is not good right now. We'll bring Florges back for some healing a little bit later on. I think that'll be really good. That's fair. Going for the Overheat over there. Oh, that's actually not bad. Nice. Okay, well, they didn't do what I thought they were going to do. My bad on that. Okay. Because we probably could have actually KO'd with a Dazzling Gleam. Plus, we have some good special defense in Florges. So that would have been good too. Okay, here's what we're gonna do though. Now I think we can go for the high horsepower over there. I wish we can go... Well, actually, technically, we could go for the Terra Blast, to be honest with you. because that is a special attack, and it would be pretty decent right here. I think it would be pretty decent. Either way, though, sounds dumb. I'm going to go for the Fiery Dance. I want to see if I can get a +1. Can we? We cannot. At least we pick this up with the Wood Hammer. Now, question is, what are they going to use? Because they are -2 right now. Which is good for us, obviously. Going for another Overheat, but they do miss, which is really good for us. Heal up a little bit more on both of them. And thankfully, because they are Levitate, they don't get the benefit of the grassy terrain either. So beautiful! Let's go! Who do they send out next? I don't even remember who they had, to be honest with you. Honestly, the worst thing right now would be obviously like water or rock or something like that. Okay. Okay, well, that's not good. Yeah, that's not good. Alright, so here's what we're going to end up doing. Because they have not terastallized, I would imagine that they're going to probably terastallize them. Actually, no, they're probably not, to be honest. Now that I'm thinking about it. Because if they did, they would end up being weak to both grass and ground. So I'm going to try to go for the Grassy Glide over there. And I'm going to go for the Struggle Bug because if they don't go for a Spiky Shield right here, we're going to have to... Oh, are they actually going to terastallize? Okay. Okay, that's going to be good for our Grassy Glide then. We might bring them down to their Sturdy. Actually, now that doesn't matter because they don't even have Sturdy now. Because they lost it with the Embody Aspect. And now we're going to get the, what's it called? The Struggle Bug. Struggle Bug. I'm so sorry. I got so excited about knocking them out that I couldn't even remember the name of the move. That's good because that's going to bring them down to -3 because they had lost... Yeah, look at that. Because they lost the 2 from the Overheat, so now they're down to -3. They can't swap out now, so they're stuck with that for the rest of the battle. So now we're really going to not focus on them at all. And we're going to focus on... Okay, that's not bad. And now they don't have Terra, so all we really have to do is go for the high horsepower. Let's go for the Fiery Dance. We'll get the Fiery Dance first, and then we'll pick up the rest of it with the high horsepower. It's worked out pretty well, to be honest with you. Worked out better than I thought. Yeah, I'm really glad that the Rock Pun ended up terastallizing. Because if not, then again, the Grassy Glide would have ended up being a neutral move. Although we would have had a good move with the Struggle Bug then because they would have still had that grass typing as well. Ooh, they're taking our AV. It's not going to matter now, but that's fine. Pick that up with the high horsepower. We'll have to swap them out, which is fine, but, you know, we'll probably just swap back into, like, Florges or something. That's still not going to do much. That's perfect. That's going to be game right there. We just have to swap out because, obviously, they're not going to take any damage from a high horsepower because they have Levitate. And now, unfortunately, we have choice specs. Okay. Wow. I forgot we had Annihilape in the back, too. So we have Florges here. And let's just go for the Terra Blast. It's honestly going to be our strongest move right now. Yeah, either way, though, they were -5. No way. Even if they ended up picking up crits, I don't think there was a way that they were going to be able to come out of this one. So there we go. Really good game. All right, now let's see if we can replicate that success here in this one as well. So honestly, I think this might be a good one for Orthworm, pardon me. Because, again, we do end up having that immunity to ground moves because of the Earth Eater. So that means that both Ursaluna and the ground type moves from Rillaboom aren't really going to do that much. So we're going to be good from that perspective. Won't do that much. Won't do anything at all except for heal us up. So honestly, I think we're going to end up... I think we're going to go Sudowoodo as well as... let's go Sudowoodo and Orthworm. I really do kind of want to try that. So let's give that a shot. And then let's bring Rilla, of course, as well as... Yeah, I think we're going to go with Volcarona as well. I think this is going to be fun. Again, I've really wanted to use Sudowoodo for a little while now. So it's going to be... it's going to be cool, I think. Hopefully. Choice Band's going to make it hit extremely hard. And this thing does have Earthquake as well. Granted, it's not a stab, but at least it's going to heal up Orthworm as well, maybe. Oh, that's not who we wanted to necessarily see off the bat. Alright, well, that's fine. Here's what we're going to end up doing. We're going to Terrastalize into grass here. We're going to go for the Wood Hammer over there. And let's swap into Rilla as well. I know we're not going to get that benefit of the of getting the Assault Vest with the Symbiosis or anything, but still think that they're going to be a really good mon here. We're going to avoid any kind of Spore. We're going to avoid the Rage Powder. We're going to have to deal with the Pollen Puff, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I think we're going to be okay. Beautiful. Love it. So even if they protect here, I mean, they're going to have to deal with two, like, big grass moves here on the grassy terrain as well. So we're going to be good here, I think. I think we're going to be good. We may have to swap out Sudowoodo at some point, though. Yeah, we kind of knew that was going to happen, though. No Spore. Sorry, friend. Okay, yeah, they were going to do that into Orthworm. Fair enough. Okay, they're probably going to have to end up Terrastalizing into normal, if anything, here. Then again, I don't know what their Terra is, so I shouldn't say that. Alright, to be honest with you, I'm a little worried that they're probably going to end up swapping potentially into Rillaboom themselves. Still go with the Wood Hammer, though. Let's do that, and let's, I'm putting trust that we're going to be able to knock out Ursaluna. So let's fake out Amoonguss. I know, you're going to Terrastalize into normal. Or Ghost, one of the two. Yeah, normal, that's fair. Yeah, the Facade's going to hit really hard. I should have just Grassy Glided over there, too. I put a lot of trust in that. A lot of trust. Didn't think that they would outspeed. My bad. Rilla, hanging in there! That is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. Cool. We'll take that. Now, Ursaluna may protect here. Yeah, it is a little unfortunate, to be honest with you. Yeah, a little unfortunate that we ended up, or that I didn't think about the speed. I figured since Sudowoodo wasn't, or is actually best in speed and actually has a little bit in EVs. That's my bad on that. Oh well. So let's do that. Let's preserve Sudowoodo. Again, I think Ursaluna is going to end up protecting here. But let's go for the Grassy Glide anyways, just in case. Just in case. You never know. But I do think that they may end up going for the Pollen Puff over into Rillaboom. Yeah. Kind of what I expected. Now, the good thing about this, though, the good thing about this is the fact that we can end up going for a... Yeah. We can end up bringing in... what's its face? Volcarona in without any real problems here. Just a really good thing. Volcarona will be able to KO Ursaluna, which will be really nice. Plus, we could potentially get a +1 with the Fiery Dance. If I'm being honest with you, I'm just going to straight swap back in. So let's do that, and... I actually wonder if it's worth it to just go for the Struggle Bug. Because if they Rage Powder, Volcarona's going to take that, damage then from the Fiery Dance. Which would be good, don't get me wrong, but... I'll trust and go for the Fiery Dance. Because again, worst thing that's going to happen is it's going to redirect over into Amoonguss. We're going to knock out Amoonguss. And we don't. But that's fine. Perfect. Beautiful. Ursaluna's gone. Do we get a +1? You bet we do. I'd love to see that. And now, unfortunately, we're probably going to get a Spore. It's unfortunate that that affects Bug-type Pokemon, but what can you do, right? It's okay, we're still in a decent position, though. Still in a pretty decent position. I shouldn't say that until I see who they end up bringing out next. Annihilape! Awesome! Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a problem. So, yeah, I hate to say it. Wood Hammer would be the strongest move here. Yeah, I think we're going to have to go Wood Hammer again. Go Wood Hammer, and obviously we're going to have to try to go for the Fiery Dance. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's rough. Yeah. A lot of damage. Oh, that's why. That makes sense. Give me a crit. Oh, that's a lot of damage! If they didn't get that bulk up first. Oh, man, that's some good stuff right there, though. That's some real good stuff right there. Oh, man. Yeah, grass disappeared, so that's not going to do that much damage anymore. I mean, we're kind of locked into that, aren't we, now? Let's do that, and, if we wake up, let's go for the Fiery Dance. We can't. That's okay, though. Boom! That's fine. Let's go! Let's go! Come on, now. Goodbye, Annihilape. That is huge! That is huge! I love it. So is that a speed tie? Ooh, yeah, that had to be a speed tie then. That's crazy. Do they have the same speed? Probably something I should have looked up sooner. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. So let's go. Well, obviously we're locked into that. Yeah, we're locked into the Wood Hammer. Is it? I don't think it's going to be worth it to swap out, just because Rillaboom has the priority here, so you know, what can you do at that point? So let's go for the Wood Hammer. Let's do that into Rilla. Let's go for the Fiery Dance. Please don't wake up. Oh my gosh, that's huge. I'm hoping that means that they ended up going for the... Oh no, that's fair. Okay. They won that speed tie, but that's fine. I thought that maybe they were going to do the fake out and then go for the Spore into Volcarona just to get it asleep again if we ended up waking up, but no, thankfully for us, that was not the case. Alright, let's go, Orthworm. So I think the play here... As much as I would love to go for an Iron Defense right away, I think we need to take out a Moongus, and I think that means we have to go for a Heavy Slam and a Fiery Dance just so we can knock it out. Of course. Yeah. We need to do that just in case we don't pick it up with this. That's unfortunate. But that's not. Let's go. We get that burn. That's huge. And the Rocky Helmet damage, too. Nice. We pick up the KO. That was so close. So close on a Moongus. That's alright. Now we're in a really good spot. We're going to be able to get that Fiery Dance over there. And I think we're going to be able to pick up that KO. And we're going to be good to go. Especially since they're burnt. Even if they get the crit, again, they still have to deal with the half, attack, because of that. So that's perfect. I don't know why I'm going Iron Defense, but we're going to do that. Let's go for the Fiery Dance. There we go. So, that's what I'm talking about. I'm surprised that we ended up surviving that long with Sudowoodo. I didn't really have high hopes for that. And the amount of damage that it actually did, thanks to, obviously, the 120 power from the Wood Hammer, the Grassy Terrain, and the Grass Terra, that obviously did a ton of damage over on Annihilape. And thankfully, Sudowoodo was able to take them out. So there we go. Good game. Alright, we got a Lucario. Nice. One of my top 5 favorite Pokemon. That's really dope. That also means that we're not going to be able to really go Florges here because of the Steel typing that they have. It's not a problem, though. You know who'd be really great against that? Volcarona. So let's go Volk. And let's go Annihilape as well. Florges would actually be really good against Como. However, I know that that is typically a Steel Terra. So I do not trust that. So let's go with those two. And then in the back... Yeah, in the back, I think we're going to have to go potentially with Sudowoodo and Orthworm here. Tough thing, though, is what are any of them going to do against... against Gyarados? Well, we'll figure it out when it comes time. So let's go Sudowoodo, Orthworm, and then obviously we're going to start with Volcarona and Annihilape. So if they end up leading Gyarados, which I doubt they would end up doing, at least we would end up getting that Defiant proc right off the bat. And if they end up leading with, like, Farigiraf, at least we'll have, like, something like Struggle Bug to be able to lower its... Well, nope, that's not who they start at all. That is totally fine now. Got no issue with that. I don't think that thing has Will-O-Wisp though, right? I don't think so. Let's go Struggle Bug though. And let's end up starting with the Bulk Up. They're not going to be able to fake us out, and we're also going to be able to raise our defense. I think we get the Struggle Bug right off the bat if they don't go with a fake out. Okay. The question is, what Terra is this going to be? Fire? Yeah. Yeah. Understandable. But we're going with the Struggle Bug. It's going to be resisted too. That's the downside, but at least we're going to... Oh wow, they're fast! Oh boy. It's actually really big for us. Yeah. Nice. Thank you for that, increase. There we go. Alright. Oh, thankfully now, because they are a fire type, they do have to follow the Rage Powder. That's really big for us right now. And we've gotten hit once here. And we're going to get hit potentially one more time? Doesn't matter. We're going to go Rage Powder here. And let's end up going for... we could have went into a Fire Terra. But we're going to be okay, though. And let's go for the Drain Punch. We're +2. We're going to get some pretty good health back right here. Beautiful. And again, they have to follow that. Unless they're safety goggle, but I would doubt that. Oh, Rage. Dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, we're getting up to +4 now. Let's go. Oh, that's beautiful. They're going to take a little bit of Life Orb damage. Or, not Life Orb damage. Pardon me. Rocky Helmet damage. See you, buddy. Oh, man. And that Rage Fist is going to go absolutely nuts, too. Holy cow. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Nice. Alright, who's next? Who are we going to Rage Fist? Oh. Alright, Alright, let's see who they end up sending out. Alright, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. We'll take that. They could go Clangorous Soul, though. Or not Clangorous Soul, Clanging Scales, pardon me. I'm still thinking about going for a Rage Powder, though. Yeah, let's go for a Rage Powder, and let's go for the Rage Fist over into Komao. Let's see what they do. They may do 2 spread moves here, so that may have been useless, but we'll see. And now we're going to be +6. Okay, that's fair. I was wondering when that was actually going to proc. Oh, we're good. This thing is getting one shot. Yeah, this thing is getting one shot right now. See it come out. Yeah, we're going to be able to just absolutely just decimate everyone. We have that we get the HP restore, obviously, from the grassy terrain. We also have that, thankfully. And we might actually just be able to protect on this next one, just so we can get that extra heal from the leftovers and the grassy terrain. We'll see, though. Is this Gyarados? Yeah, well, obviously. That was so dumb of me. Obviously, it's Gyarados, but there we go. Now we're +6 again. Let's Water Terra. Let's go for the Rage Powder. And let's go for the Rage Fist over into Gyarados. There we go. Yeah, at +6, all we needed was 2 more moves. And with the Rage Powder and everything, we were going to be able to redirect. And obviously with the Water Terra that we're going to have on Volcarona, we're going to be able to resist the Waterfall or whatever they were going to end up using. Yeah, I think pretty much whatever they were going to end up using. I'm trying to think of the other moves they would end up having, but either way, we're going to be good there. And even if they use like Thunder Wave or something, we're already statused. We're good to go. So pretty much Annihilape took care of that because it procced that Defiance so many times that we got up to +6. So there we go. Good game. So despite the fact that we don't necessarily have any real speed control on this team still puts in a lot of work. And especially since we're not really using any real kind of metamons, we're able to take some teams by surprise because they don't necessarily know, necessarily what Sudowoodo does. So, we kind of have that element of surprise on this team, especially up on the ladder in best of 1 closed team sheets. It's actually not that bad. So if you guys want to use it, team code's over there. Please feel free. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the battles. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like. We'll see you guys next time.